Government television for the City of Thousand Oaks.
Hi, I'm Barb Danjo, and I manage the volunteer and policing program for the Thousand Oaks Police Department. And I'm here at the Oaks Mall at our brand new Police and City Information Services kiosk. We're looking for outgoing individuals who would enjoy meeting and greeting the public and sharing information about the police department and city programs and services. If this sounds like an opportunity that would be right for you, please call 805-375-5630. Again, that number is 805.
Good evening. Welcome to the Thousand Oaks Planning Commission meeting of June 26, 2006. Please stand with me and say the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. Will the Secretary please call roll?
Commissioner Fisher?
Here.
Commissioner Grumney?
Here.
Commissioner Lund?
Here.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Here.
Chair Wall?
Here. It does not appear that we have any public comment cards, so we will go directly to written comments, announcements, and continuances. Ms. Miller.
Thank you, Chair Wall. I just wanted to call your attention to the supplemental packet, which was, I believe, emailed to all of you this afternoon and is in front of you on the dais. It provides you with two tables that have a summary of the PPD applications that the Planning Commission has considered over the last couple of years. This actually was given to you in the presentation the last time this came to you, but wasn't included in this one. And then it also answers some questions on those PPDs that were expressed by one of the commissioners. And that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. We will go to item 6A. It's the Municipal Code Amendment. And Mr. DeGeorge, you are presenting.
Thank you, Commissioners. Good evening. Submitted tonight for your consideration is an amendment to Title IX, Chapter 4, Article 18 of the Municipal Code to allow administrative review of single-story additions over 50% of the building footprint to single-family residences, and to consider rescinding Resolution 2003-90 and adopting revised standards relating to the precise plans of design applications. The purpose of this code amendment is simply to reduce the number of additions to single-family homes to be reviewed by the Planning Commission, while still providing adjacent property owners and neighbors an opportunity to review and comment on those PPDs. This code amendment, it does qualify for Class 1 categorical exemption pursuant to Article 19, Section 15301 of CEQA, and simply, staff is recommending that the Planning Commission recommend approval of this Municipal Code Amendment 2006-70248 and rescission of Resolution 2003-90 and adoption of revised standards relating to precise plans of design. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there questions for Mr. DeGeorge? None. Okay. And the only question I have was just for you to go over briefly at the hearing what type of protocol will be followed with respect to single-story additions that have variances and waivers and other exceptions of that sort.
The single-story, Marilyn, would you like to take this?
Oh, certainly. I'd be happy to. The amendment that you're considering this evening applies to additions to single-family homes that are over 50 or 150% of the floor area and single-story. It does not change anything about the way waivers or variances are processed. So an application that would request a waiver or a variance, depending on what it was, would be processed under the code as it has before. Some of those are approvable through the administrative hearing officer, which is appealable to the Planning Commission. Some of those, like a variance, actually require Planning Commission hearing and that certain findings be made, certain very strict findings be made. It depends on what zone it's in and what type of waiver or variance is being requested. But this code does not impact or change any of those.
Okay. Thank you very much for that explanation. The only other thing I wondered, with respect to the one that is explained in the supplemental packet memo, there was one that was a single-story addition that was in excess of 150% of its original floor area. And this says that although it was a large addition, it was found to be in character with its surrounding neighborhood and was approved unanimously. Was the approval at Planning Commission, or did it kick over to City Council and it was approved there?
The approval was at Planning Commission.
Okay, great, thanks. Because I couldn't locate that one or figure out which one that was. I've kind of looked at all of the others. So thank you very much for that. Are there any further questions? We have no speaker cards on this whatsoever. No questions. All right. We will close the public hearing and go to commission comments. There are no comments on this whatsoever. Commissioner Fisher.
I'll go ahead and kick this off. I think this is a good amendment. Certainly back in 2003 when this was put together, it made sense. Certainly looking at the past year or two that I've been on the commission, these have been very simple things that could be approved by staff. Staff does such a thorough job with it. I don't see any issues with this. Certainly seeing all the homeowners having to come down for putting a simple addition just really doesn't make sense to me. You know, they're out of pocket as it is with their addition, and now they have to pay another $700 and something to put this through, and it just doesn't make sense, at least not at this point. So with that, I would move to recommend to the City Council approval of Municipal Code Amendment MCA 2006-70248 and rescission of 2003-090 with the way it's outlined in our packet this evening.
Other comments to the motion? Commissioner Grumney.
I also will be in support of the motion for all the reasons that Commissioner Fisher also stated.
Thank you.
And for clarification, your motion also includes adoption of the revised standards relating to PPDs?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Commissioner Reynolds.
And I also will support the motion. From looking at the charts that were provided for the last 2 years, there were only two times when the Planning Commission did not agree completely on the votes, and I also agree that the expense of an addition and having to pay an additional $700 and so many dollars And coming down here, you'll find that usually the homeowners are not really even prepared to speak and are a little intimidated, and I think that the changes will be good.
Thank you. Okay. And I'll just add my comments to that. I was on the commission when the mansionization ordinance came through, and I think, it is proven to be somewhat stringent because we have so many homeowners that have a 12 or 1,300 square foot home. They want to add on 800 square feet, and it's nowhere near mansionization. I'm glad that it was done the way it was in the beginning, though, because I think it's allowed us to really look at projects throughout the city and see what we need to do with this. People who live in one-story homes, I think we found of several instances where they've come down here and they want their neighborhood to stay one-story. They don't want three-story homes, built on the hillsides around them, and I think that's a reasonable request. So I also will be supporting the motion. Commissioner Fisher, final comments? None. Okay, please vote.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. This is our fastest meeting in history. Miscellaneous items, reports, and referrals. Ms. Miller.
Thank you. I have several things to bring up. The first and the very most important is that I have been asked to ask you if you wanted to have July be casual dress month. And you can wear your Hawaiian clothes or any other casual clothes that you so desire. Okay, is it an agreement, or do you want to vote on that?
I don't think we need to vote.
Okay. I think the council does the same thing, and so that's pretty consistent. We've done this in the past. Second, I would just like to mention that included in your packet was the new draft M&D for the Syntex project on Ventu Park. That project has been revised from the project that you saw previously, and it's scheduled to come before you in July, so I did want to point that out. And then finally, I would just like to tell you that this is my last meeting, and it has been a pleasure to serve with you for the last year and a half and to serve the community and the citizens, and I've enjoyed all of you. Thank you very much for your support. I'll miss you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Are there any AB 1234 reports? None. Okay, we will go to commission comments. I'm sorry, we've skipped the minutes. Item 9. Who needs to make our motion for the minute? Commissioner Fisher.
I move that we approve the minutes of June 12, 2006 as included in our packet.
No corrections or comments. Please vote.
Motion passed 5-0.
And now we will go to commission comments. Commissioner Fisher.
I'm special. I just wanted to say that Marilyn, we're definitely going to miss you. I think this is a huge loss to the city, and I wish you weren't going. You've given great advice and always been there, at least for me, to bounce things off of you, especially as a new commissioner, trying to figure out which way is up. And you've been wonderful, and you're a wonderful person. Although you aren't going far, you're coming to the county where I'm at, so I think you'll really enjoy working there, and I'm sure we'll bump into each other around the county. So good luck with your endeavors, and I will certainly miss you.
Further comments? Commissioner Reynolds.
Thank you. And I also will miss you, Marilyn. You've been really great. I've enjoyed working with you. You're very open. You're willing to discuss anything. And really enjoyed getting to know you, and I'm very sorry that you are leaving, but I really think there's a reason you leave for bigger and better things, and I think the county is really lucky to be gaining you. And as a former county employee, I think I was an employee when I was on the County Planning Commission. They paid me. Anyway, I know that you'll enjoy working for the County of Ventura, and they're, as I said, lucky to get you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Commissioner Lund.
Now, Marilyn, I am a new planning commissioner and relatively new, and I just want to say that I appreciate your ability to counsel and your stewardship in helping us transition, helping me personally transition into this role. And the city has some huge, huge shoes to fill. Leadership of your type does not come around very often. I've been in government for 3 decades. It's a rare commodity, and I think the citizens of Thousand Oaks have been absolutely blessed to have you serve in your capacity, and good luck to try to find your replacement. Thank you very much for all your help here personally.
Commissioner Gumney.
Marilyn, I would also like to say that you are really all going to be very missed. When I thought about you and I think about you, there's a word that comes to mind, which is respect. It's the respect that you've given to all of us on the commission by the information that you've been able to provide to us, being readily available at all times. The respects that you have given to the citizens by your attentiveness to try and make sure that their applications are done in an orderly fashion. The respect that you've given to your fellow planners by the way that you have run the planning department. I wish you well where you're going, much success and good health in the future. Oh, and on behalf of all of us here at the Planning Commission, I'd just like to give you...
Lovely, thank you. And Marilyn, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation for you as well. It seems like you just got here. You have been very helpful. I've gotten to know you somewhat better this past few months, chairing and meeting you on Monday mornings, and it's been fun. The county is definitely lucky to get you. You have a large project there if you're going to be doing things at the harbor, and hopefully that commute will be easier on you too. So with that, do you want to make other comments?
Well, thank you. I'm very touched, and I feel very honored by your comments. Thank you all.
Okay, we will adjourn, and we do have a small reception out front for a few minutes. Thank you. The next meeting will be held 6:30 p.m. July 10th, 2006.